Greetings and salutations! Welcome to the Grand Circus. I'm Bajongles. If you like my stuff, make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me over on Twitch at Bajongles1, where I stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, noon Pacific Standard Time. I would much appreciate a follow there. Speaking of follow, you can follow me over on my socials, both at Big1 username Bajongles on Bluesky and Tumblr. Much appreciated. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. Hello, hello, hello. How am I sounding? Oh my god, I sound good. Hi, how is everybody? I was doing pretty good before, but I'm excited that the things I did to my mic filters earlier this morning actually work out on Twitch. See, it's one thing to hear what OBS gives me through direct recording, and it's another to hear what it sounds like on like actual stream through different headphones. And that is very exciting. The plosives and like the noise are still a little bit annoying. But that is something that can only be fixed by an external mic and a pop filter. And my external mic is not as good as my ingrained mic. And I'd need to buy a pop filter. So, yeah, it is something that I will have to live with. My own personal sensory issues notwithstanding. How is everybody? Don't mind me, I'm looking for music at the moment. Bob. You. There we go. Outer Wilds is commencing. Alright, that sounds wonderful. Alright. How is everybody? If you're watching, make sure to say hi in chat. Things are going, like I said, things are going good. If you're on the Discord server, which by the way, you could go !Discord and get a link to that. It showed the new Just Chatting background is done. In fact, I may show it off. I'm probably gonna show it off for everybody involved. I'm not like gonna show it until I have the model for it done, like actually as the screen. And actually, I want to have all the assets done before I swap over because I'm not a stupid little idiot baby man, just mostly. And I kid you not, merging it all down to the layers that I need, made it wrong screen. There we go. Here I am. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Yeah, look at it. Look at it. It's good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy. And then in the middle, we're gonna be starting on it today, is the new PNG tuber model, the ringleader. And I've decided that I want the ringleader to actually be Bond because I kind of don't want to get rid of him. I don't want to get rid of him. Look at me. I don't want to get rid of the Bond suit. I just want to like refurbish him and sort of integrate him into the ringleader idea. I've come to deeply love this character of mine, and you know, all of that. He's become part of my brand. And not just my entire brand. Like, my original idea for him, going in last year, was that everything would be themed after him. And then I decided to do the tentacle thing, and I decided that me being the tentacle monster and wearing different suits was more conducive with what I wanted to go for as a style, which also allowed me to do a wider variety of content, right? Also, don't mind me, I started chewing gum. You see, some kids with ADHD had fidget toys. I had chewing gum. Chewing really helps get some of that energy out, and that is very helpful to me. But yeah, no, so in just a bit, we're going to be getting to working on the Alvida Pirates, and then right around 3 p.m. my time, we're going to be starting on the new PNG Tuber model and using this to sort of see how it fits within the frame, because it's going to be on top of this, but below this. Because as you can see, there's a nearly transparent thing in front to act sort of like that central spotlight. And so that's why I put these as 2 separate layers, is that instead of me being in front like I am on, let me go back to the screen, on this screen, right, I'm gonna be the center of the show, right, because egotism be damned, my boy can be circus. Let's get back to the tab. But yeah, no. And then, bam. And on the canvas that we're gonna be working on for the model, I already have the color scheme and the shading stuff for the tentacles, so that I can just have them ingrained in there, right? Because that is sort of the point. And there's actually going to be very little bounce to the model, because I need it to stay looking like it's part of the scene. But there are going to be a fair bit of like moving parts with like squash and stretch. It's just that like the actual model's not going to bounce up. Because unfortunately, I can't have that bounce only affect some of the parts. It's a thing that's like not just model wide, but it's entire system wide with the software I use. PNG Tuber Plus, it's very good, and allows you to have fun little animations with like sprite sheets and shit, which I will also be using because I want the eyes to blink. And I figured that was a little bit too much work with this actual screen, because there's going to be enough movement in the center and such, you know. But that's for later. Now we're working on One Piece fan art. Alvida Pirates. I'm looking back at Heppoko. I am really not happy with him. Like something about him is really not correct, and I can't pinpoint what. If I zoom in and show his face, right? His face is actually good. I like it. When I flip back and forth, nothing looks wrong about it. Right? And then his torso is good. I think it might be his arms. I'm thinking it might be his arms, but I don't know what the easy like our best solution is, you know? Let me drink some water and we can twink on it, which is much like thinking on it, but worse. There we go. All right. We're working on the hold on, let me get this. Bam. I also wanted, wait, no, I want it to be a surprise. Oh, there's something I wanted to show, but I want it to be a surprise more. But I'm really proud of it. Ah! It's a surprise. Ah! Also, like, one of the composers for, like, Fairly Odd Parents and similar shows died recently. Rest in peace. I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head because I'm bad at names. But, like, his music was instrumental, but, to my childhood. And he will be missed. Like, he will be missed, you know? Pencil for soft. I'm starting a new company. It's called Pencil for Soft. And you investors will just have to give me the $5 gajillion. And you will surely get profits from this. Don't worry about it. I'm not just gonna create a massive bubble with my money by just like transferring funds from one group to the next, you know, creating no real actual like tangible revenue. That's not what I'm doing. Don't worry about it. I said don't worry about it. I can smell you worrying about it. With my big clown nose. It's not just for show, you know. I can smell you. Oh, God. Listening to myself with just a little extra... just a little bit extra stuff. Let me actually, show... Or not show, but let me actually, talk about what I added. So, everything I have on is gain at 12.50 dB. Noise gate with the thresholds of negative 53 dB to... on closed threshold to open threshold being negative 45, keeping everything else completely default. Noise suppression at good quality but more CPU usage. Compressor, just keeping that at default. And limiter with a negative 10 dB threshold and a 60 ms release. And so with that, that is how I'm sounding good with just an ingrained computer microphone. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy with how it's turned out. His face reminds me of the evil Homer. Wait a minute. No, I said this last time. That's not new commentary. Let me drink more water so that I can feel bad. I kid, I joke, I goof, I gaff, I tomfool, I chicane. There we go. This episode of The Shadow was sponsored by Blue Coal, a cheap, clean-burning fuel. if they are still going, this is not an actual advertisement. I do not support coal at all. I think we should completely do away with the coal industry, frankly, and switch to renewables and nuclear. I also don't like oil. And so not only is the stuff happening in Venezuela a massive violation of people's sovereignty and just their lives, and is going to cause untold suffering if it hasn't already, but also is for something I think should not be done in the first place. So there is nothing good about it. Just like everything in the fucking Middle East since before I was born. Oh, and also, two people were shot, not in my city, but in my metro area. Those, those two people, that married couple, presumably, that's what people are saying. That's what the news is saying. They were a married couple. They're still alive. They are. Uh, the people that were shot in Portland. They are my fucking neighbors. Like, they're my neighbors due to the fact that they're in Portland, and I consider all of Portland my neighbor. But still. And I am going to be completely honest, and I'm putting it on record now. This is a recording. I am putting it on record. It is being written. These fucks in ICE, in Border Patrol, need to get the fuck out of my state. They do not belong here. They are not a part of our community. They are not our people. They are hurting our people, our family, our loved ones, our neighbors. And not only that, but they have been stealing them away from us for a long time, and I'm not fucking here for it, frankly. And that's not including the murder that happened in Minneapolis, like, recently, like, of Renee Good. Right? They've been kidnapping people this entire time. I won't be super vocal about it all the time, but I wanted to put it on record. I'm very scared and very angry. And if there's a Nuremberg Trials-esque trial, I will not mourn any of these people's loss. I will not mourn the loss of any of these people as they pay for their crimes. Now they're going to door, and you know, we're here. We're at the end. But sir, I am Pagliacci. But you know, enough about stuff that's causing me and everyone around me suffering. One Piece, something that brings me joy. I need to figure out how to get these arms working properly, because I want the arms to look good. I really like the overall, like, I don't like using the term line of action because it's just a tiny bit of a buzzword in the art community, right? Just a little bit. But I don't really have a better term for it. I like the energy that's happening with the body, and like even the legs too. So I just need to get the arms right. Mm. Water yummy. Alright, the gum is now running out of flavor. This stream was sponsored by chewing tobacco. Give it to your child and give them mouth cancer. There we go. All right. So I know I like the arm going like that, right? This lower part was not something I was happy about, but I do really like this. Let me look up a pose real quick. Interest, my friend. I know I have an ad blocker. I refuse to look at your ads. I don't care. That is AI, and the same thing as another thing I saw that was also AI. I'm upset. That's real and that's a clown, but that's not what I want. Adding that to outfit ideas. I'm getting distracted and I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel myself getting distracted. Hands up. Pose. Reference. Man, it's almost like the search engine is fucking bad. It's almost like ever since AI has been added, search engines have gotten worse, including the one ingrained to Pinterest. Why? This is none of what I'm looking for. Okay. You're sick and twisted. Where the fuck? I don't need heads. I don't need head reference. I don't need face reference. I need pose. Pose. I'll just do it myself. God damn. Sorry for being frustrated, everybody. Okay, I'm like that and okay, so if arms are like that. What if it was maybe? Maybe. There may be something to this. Where the canuncles go, that's where they are. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. And if I foreshorten the fingers a little bit, that's just for a little bit of reference. Because I'll fix that, that little fingernail number later. By later, I mean I can adjust it a little bit now. Lovely. I don't know, something like that, maybe? I don't like this finger. I don't like the finger you're showing me, kiddo. It holds up the middle finger harder. Harder, better, faster, finger. Alrighty, there we go. We are golden, much like Frebby. Okay, that actually looks kind of okay, but now the middle finger looks wrong. So I actually like parts of it, so I think it's just a little bit too long relative to everything. That's what I'm thinking. Hmm. And as we know, what I'm thinking is always correct, and I've never been wrong in my life. Cuts to just last stream, frankly. See, last stream is where I've been wrong. That's actually pretty recent. I don't think I was wrong Monday. But honestly, I would not be surprised. Wait, no, I was wrong Monday because I was doing art and there was stuff I didn't like. I was like, oh, no, that's wrong. So, no, I was wrong yesterday, too. There's a lot of finger foreshortening, and it's a kind of foreshortening that I'm not super familiar with. So a lot of this is going to be more like carving out a block of stone or molding clay rather than uh drawing with confidence. Did I hear a block of stone? I think this is one of those cases where first is the worst, second is the best, and perhaps if I have to do it a third time, that is the one with the hairy chest. First is the worst, second. Remember, Gordon, first is the worst, second is the best. If I remember right, Half-Life 2, but the Half-Life 2 VR, but the AI is self-aware, uh, is coming out in March of this year. I may be incorrect about that. But if I'm right, then March will have an influx of jokes that I will lovingly steal. Hmm. All right, there we go. How does this look in isolation? I'm gonna make you be alone now. Okay, that is speaking. Very cool. I need to reboot myself. But it is already better than it was. And that is always worthwhile when it comes to art. No, I don't want to change the squish. I don't want to do comedic squimshing. Okay, so this arm is pretty well taken care of, and that makes me very happy. But now I have to consider the other arm. Is the other arm where I suddenly put the knife? Why did the hand turn out well? Wait, no, I'm looking at it. Why? Oh, I bullshitted my way through that. Like 100%. Like this isn't like imposter syndrome shit. I was not pretending to know what I was doing at all that whole time, and it turned out good. There's always a chance to ruin it when it comes to drawing hands. So don't get me wrong. Once the line art comes into play, then like I could easily ruin this. But right now, why is it good? Oh, I broke perspective there too. Let me fix that. I could use the eraser hotkey. However, it is just inconvenient enough that I don't feel like it. I'm going to extend that a little bit. It was a little bit short. Wait a minute! Wait a minute! You're gonna have to bear with me. For the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities, forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities of Mother Nature's recipes. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, Mr. Mr. Beast, Mr. Alright, so there we go. Is it better to draw the arm like hand first to really get the pose down? It's definitely very possible that that's the case. I'm going to be honest. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. I'm done with that joke. Mr. All right, okay. I'm making myself done with the joke. I'm forcing it to be done. It's over. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. You underestimate Mr. Beast. What? Gary, you see the pose is scary because he's about to pounce on you like FNAF 2 Foxy. Okay. So the thumb. Yeah, the thumb goes something like that, maybe with a little bit less of a bulge on the one side. We don't want it to look like Toad from Mario. Oh, the way you on the Ossifios. Woohoo! Stop talking about the Epstein files. If you don't stop talking about the Epstein files, I'm gonna send the Gestapo after everybody. They're gonna start knocking door to door if you don't stop talking about the Epstein files. In fact, I'm gonna start a global war so that there's something else to talk about other than the Epstein files. That's right, that's very true. You know, I was talking about to Epstein, my good friend Epstein. I've never heard of him in my life, but he's my good friend. I love that guy, but I hate him. You know, I've heard he's a scumbag. He's my type of guy. The fingers are starting to look bad, so I'm gonna fix them.
Sounds like somebody is trying to sell me something. Hi, Gracie.
It smells like somebody is trying to sell me something. Man, the delay is bad. Alright, so here's the unfortunate deal with once I start dual streaming to YouTube as well, is that I'm probably gonna have to lower the video quality from 1080p to 720p.
Hi, what is it? I was in the middle of saying something and you've distracted me, miss. I have an actual mental disability. Breaking my concentration on something is actually gonna like make it hard for me. Please. Miss. I love you.
I don't remember what I was saying. Fuck! Man. Like, I actually don't remember what I was saying. God damn it. I can't like go back to what I was saying on the stream because this is on Twitch, not YouTube. God damn it! Oh boy. It would be nice if somebody was here to remind me what I was saying, but no. Not today. And that is 100% fine, by the way. It's just, you know, I have liked to not have been distracted by a cat that I do love dearly. It's either that or use up some pills that I can't pay for right now. So I need to make them last. They also, like, affect me negatively in some way, so it's definitely something I take when I need. And by some way, I mean my anxiety gets worse, and then it's, yeah. You know, some people say my life is like a video game, trying hard to beat the stage. I quote that song way too much, considering that the guy who sang it is horrible, and also, additionally, like, dependent on him being awful, is also a groomer. He is also a groomer. He is a bad person, just all around. And I quote the song way too much, considering that he's fucking awful. Life is like a video game, trying hard to beat the stage. You know, I have to, when I'm like, this is not satisfactory, sometimes I have to consider, is this better than what I could do before? And am I just being picky about my art, or is it actually bad? And sometimes it is actually bad. But I think that right now, what I'm doing is better than what I could do before. And so sometimes you, as in the general you, has to give yourself some grace. And I'm trying to learn that general you, not to be confused with any sort of general you from history, uh deserves some time and grace. You know, deserves some sort of grace. You know, at least for 3 days, some sort of 3 days grace. You know, you did as is customary. 3 days grace starts playing. Any album, any song, it doesn't matter. What if I have an idea. Gentlemen, I may not have a brain, but I have an idea. What idiot designed this? You did, sir. Oh, well. There we go. See, this is actually the more intelligent move. I didn't have to draw that at all. Eh. Now, if I get rid of that, how does that look with her? That looks, definitely fine, I think. Yeah. All right. So I apologize. It's like apologizing, but very little. I will return shortly. Sit back, relax, enjoy the music. I know I do. Maybe alternatively, get up, get a snack, get a drink of your choice. Like I said, I will return. Alrighty, gamers, I have returned. Let me get rid of the BRB text. I could have easily done my funny, but for some reason I decided not to. I think it may have been urgent or something. Wow, I can hear out of my headphones even though they're not on my head at the moment. Oh boy. Let me put these ones on. And then put these ones on. There we go. There we go. And you back on your stand, young mister. Splendid. Ah. All right, so that is taken care of. Alrighty, I think actually that I'm going to merge that with layer below, I think. So that that is all one layer. Heppoko sketch 2. Heppoko sketch 2 is now, old man. The Heppoko sketch is now, old man. Or, actually, Heppoko line art. Alright, and then I used ink for pen rough. There we go. Very good. Is it just default size? Yes. Yes, it is just default size. All right. Now we're cooking with portals. There we go. All right. Bottom of his nose has a bit of a hook to it. That is very cool and awesome. Don't forget different line width. Make things more dynamic and cool. Add a little bit of visual interest TM with the sort of more jagged edges implying hair, because that's exactly what this is. There we go. I'm sort of basing how I draw this on my own experience of having facial hair, which I do, by the way. I've been growing out a bit of a beard, but like keeping it as trimmed as I can while still being unable to do things consistently because I have a hard time forming habits. All right, adding a bit of that. What does... Oh, hi there. All right, yeah. Wrong layer to get rid of. There we go. Okay, do you want out? There we go, Livy Greasy. Hey, good... Well, good morning to you, good afternoon to me. How's it going? It is wonderful to see you. As I said in the Discord, it finally, even though barely, it finally got to below freezing today, in the morning. Now it's above freezing because it's about to be the heat of the day, but it'll cool back off again. Yeah, like it gets to its warmest at about like 2 to 3 in the afternoon. Rookie numbers? I know. But considering we have a similar latitude to France, it's pretty good. And by France, I mean southern France. Yes, but also you have to consider we have the Alaska stream. So a little sort of geography lesson, right? So let's say here is that so here's the island. Not exact, but that's the Puget Sound, right? And then somewhere down here, this is the mouth of the Columbia. Then it goes like that. And I live somewhere in this area, right? I live somewhere in that area. That's where Portland is. You keep going up. Let me move that. And then you keep going. I'm a lot less familiar with how to draw the bottom of Alaska, but this is generally how it goes. There's the islands, right? Little did you know, this is Oregon. That narrows it down nothing. Everybody lives there. It's either that or less than one person per square mile. And because of the stream that comes up like this and then goes around, it's warmer here than it would be normally also. Just not as much as the Gulf Stream. You bastards in Europe are lucky in that. Hold on, let me... Bam. And then there's that, and then, I don't know, like, that I think, and then boot, and then just the general... Get doxed, idiot. I originally wanted to draw a globe, but then I realized, wait a minute, no, it's funny if I just draw Europe. Hold on.
All right, I'm interested in seeing where the fuck these coordinates go to. I will not tell you how accurate they are, or if that is a bit. I'm just curious. All right. Your life is spared. You can continue doing your fucking paper run. For context, that's somewhere where nobody lives. You know, for the bit, you should have just done ones in the Pacific Ocean somewhere. That's what I would have done. I would have just went, all right, here's coordinates, and it's the middle of fucking nowhere. Oh, even funnier. Here's where I live. The coordinates to Area 51. I'm trying to figure out how to do this, that's right. I am an Alamau. But you know, so I'm trying to figure out as I go along how I'm gonna do this holler. Alvita would put collars on like all of the people that are in her crew. I was about to say she hired, but no, she just fucking kidnapped and shit. Right? Like she kidnapped Kobe. That bitch is not paying people. Shows a picture of Big Mom. That bitch is not paying child support. I actually think she's doing the opposite of Oh yeah, fair enough. Do you think she got most of her wealth from all the child support she makes people pay, or does she just like not care? Because I like before I found out about some people's parents that are alive, which I will not say, I figured she just killed everybody. OnlyFans? No, here's the real answer on how she got the money. I got all my money from Israel. Oh, you're not gonna hide it? Why would I? I'm Big Mom. Nah, I'm gonna have to shoot that one down. She's too old. Most people in Israel like children, I'm sorry. You see, fascists tend to like children because they like holding power over people. This music is way too loud in my ear, but I can't do anything about it right now. I am still upset about how well this hand has been turning out. Like, genuinely. Like, you're thinking, why am I, why is the bitch upset about something turning out good? It's because I didn't know what I was doing the entire time. Conflicting sources are conflicting for a reason. Was Katakuri her first child? Because he was young when she was out pirating and not a Yonko yet. No, oh god, the lick boy. God, he's the eldest child? He does not act like it. That bastard is fucking petulant. That bastard, I feel like he would unironically say, I want mommy, I want milk, I want to be held, I want to be comforted, and if I do not get any of these things immediately, I will ruin your life. Like Katakuri's big thing is I must be strong and responsible for my siblings. And it's like, you're telling me he's not like he's just like one of the massive amounts of middle children? I would not be surprised. You know, I'm saying all this as an only child who has no experience with siblings, so take my opinions with a grain of salt. And by a grain of salt, when I said take my opinions with a grain of salt, I mean, you know the pill from SpongeBob? Where Krabs is like, I hate the pill. The grain of salt is about that big. I was wondering why my cursor wasn't moving. It's because I was holding my stylus the wrong way around. You know, you've heard of Pennywise. Get ready for farting intelligent. Damn. I can feel myself starting to ruin this hand, and that is perfectly fine, because like I said, I did not know what I was doing, and I still don't. I have looked up multiple guides, I've looked at a bunch of reference and all that just to learn how to draw hands. Still could not tell you how to draw one. Still could not. And it's not even the most difficult thing that I have to draw. Clothing folds is really what get me. But like hands, man. Ba-ba-ba. Flashback to the... Those are so many folds. That was so many clothing folds, man. The cloth was holding on for dear life. Boy from Hunter the Parenting just going, folds for days! Oh, no, I get it. It's me, Dollar Stupid. I'm not even worth a fucking Benjamin, man. It actually still widens a little bit. Me looking at my own hand for reference. My stupidity is barely worth a fucking Lincoln. For context, that's a $5 bill. And is slightly more red than your average dollar bill. It's like it's like a tiny bit more pink. I forget which one, but there's one that's a little bit more yellow and another one that's a little bit more blue. But I forget which ones those are. Alright. Oh god, that reminds me of that one post of somebody talking about how everyone was like, why do the feet you draw look like that? Why do they look like? It's because their feet look like that. And they're using their own fucking body as reference. Hmm. Me coming to a realization doesn't tell you what it is, so you remain in the dark, ignorant. Your eyes are yet to open. We are born by the blood, made men by the blood, undone by the blood. Our eyes are yet to open. Thank you, Nightbot. I appreciate you. I think what makes like cloth and hands both difficult to do is the fact that if you do something slightly wrong, you can tell that something's wrong, and so things need to be either stylized enough where that doesn't matter, or good enough that there's no obvious issue. Ah, oh yeah, you do have oil. You shouldn't be saying that online, man. Also, if that invasion does end up happening, if I remember right, that does mean we're just going to war with the rest of NATO, and I believe Norway's a part of that. I'm not fighting in some fuck-ass resource war. Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. I mean, okay, let's be honest here, right? Let's be honest. I feel something bad did happen to RFK Jr. It is a genuinely awful thing to happen, to have a brain eating worm. Right? That is an awful tragic thing to happen. It's just that he wasn't it's just that he wasn't killed. He's still alive. Oh, good to know. Line art has been completed. Let's see what this looks like so far without the oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Hold on. This is just for a shit post. Wrong layer. This is just for a shit post. I'll undo it soon. All right, you get that? You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out. This is just for a shit post. You were a hero, Brian. Including the correct facial hair. Nappa, no. Okay, I'm gonna need to draw Nappa as Herobrine so that he's Nappa Brine. That's just something I have to do. Let me see what his hair looks like again. It is just flat on the top, but that's boring. So I'm just gonna make it flat. There we go. Bow, bow, bow. Also, just something. Why was Yakub the first thing that came to your mind, man? Like what came to my mind was Herobrine. Like I don't know, with it like just being like a conspiracy theory thing. I'm a little careful about just a wee bit careful about the Yakub jokes, because some people actually believe that. There we go. Okay, that's good. Oh, but you know what I could do? Once again, because frankly, my dear, I don't give a fuck. All right, there we go. Merge. There we go. All right, 6. There we go. I do not know how his pants are gonna go, so I'm just gonna do the basic ass thing. But I need to sketch it out first because I'm cool and awesome and frankly should get all the praise and adoration. My basic ass thing, I mean, there is definitely a fashion trend And the East Blue to just look a bit more like pirates than everyone else. Like the classic ass pirate with the sash around the waist and like shit like that. You know, the sash around the waist, the 1-2 buckle my shoes, the so on and so forth. And then once you get to like the Grand Line, people start getting real fucking wacky with it. They get fucking wacky and wild. All right, and then now that should be going over the side. It should be going overboard. It would be fucking awesome to do Gardic phone with some friends because I have a prompt idea in my head, and it would only work with a certain group of people. And by that I mean just the fucking idea of draw the general in Chris Chan's navy. It's like, for those who don't know, that makes no fucking sense. But for those who do know, for those who are knowers, actually, I'm taking executive decision on his design. I'm shifting it a little bit. I think his shirt is tucked in. That is a bad crease, and I think I should feel remorseful. I think I should feel guilt, and from my guilt create a sword. Penitent one, what is that smell? Must be the death and plague. Not the death and plague. Must be the filth and plague. I keep saying death and plague, and I keep knowing after I say it that it is wrong. It is die of filth and plague. First I must die of filth and plague. And then the classic, One Piece fucking stretched ass. The stretched ass bullshit. I need to make it wider and baggier. Ah! These pirates do not have form-fitting clothes. What do you think they are? People in the Grand Line that can afford that shit? No, they're poor as these blue people. This is the work of those damn cloners. Not recently, but like within the past 12 months, I rewatched the prequels. This was when I was playing The Phantom Menace. Yeah, and Dexter Jettster going, this is the work of those cloners, has become a vocal sim of mine. Not saying that I'm saying it accurately, just that I've been saying it. The cloners on Camino. God, I can't wait to get back to that game. I mean, I can and I will. I have to wait because there's a bunch of stuff I also want to do beforehand. But it's a game I rather enjoy. Alright, lower the opacity a little bit so that I can see. He can talk, 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 I can sing! Okay, there we go, and then now... like 50. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas! Oh, Dr. Zayas! Hmm. God, I can't wait to draw that little bastard Helmeppo. He's gonna be fun. Stop or I'll shoot him! Holds out the fucking doohickey. The thingamabob. Oh, Dr. Says, Dr. Says. I'm realizing now that I've drawn that in proper inks. Yeah, that doesn't look good. All right, let me pop my fingers and also my elbow too. I guess that's not what I was trying to pop, but it happened. But bubble enthusiasts when they come across pop culture. All right, just gotta make sure to get this taken care of. Very good and cool. Oh boy. Man, that delay is awful. Alrighty, and I will not be drawing feet. Is frankly, that is not something I would much like to do. It's something I do when I have to, and not something I do when I just want to do something that I enjoy, nothing more. Okay, I forgot an entire segment of Alvida's shading. Let me fix that expeditiously. Oh boy. Oh, and I also have to do the rest of that line art too, because yeah, her shirt is lines. Oh. Heppoko shading. There we go. I should probably like increase the brush size just so that I can get more coverage. And so that's exactly what I will do, but not too big. I think once I finish graying out Heppoko, I think that is when I will swap over to working on the funny asset. Oh, hey, a Newsy Frank video. That's fun. Z Frank, not to be confused with Z Bashu. gray. Man, I can't believe you're coloring this anatomy gray. It's some sort of like gray anatomy. Uh, man, like something I said like way earlier now, but I think came back to mind. I forget if this is the thing I completely forgot about, or not. Uh, but like once I swap over to doing multi-streaming onto YouTube, just to save editing time and uploading time and stuff like that, and I'll never get like, I'll never have an issue of having to catch up on uploads ever again. I'll probably swap to doing, I don't know, 720p for streams, so that it's the same upload time as doing what I do now, but because it's doubling to two separate sources, I don't want to double the bandwidth per stream. Oh, something just flashed on screen for like a millisecond. What the fuck was that? Coloring the pants, coloring the pants. Alright, here we go. A lot of progress on this has been made today, and that's very good. And doing this means I can move to the other couple of characters before I get to the epic scene of Luffy absolutely fucking mogging Kobe. Which I can't find great reference on, so I'm gonna have to take a picture of my my actual like volume of One Piece that I have that has that panel. Heppoko, Alvida, and Kobe. And then adding in Luffy again for good measure. The One Piece like fan art pieces that always do the best are the ones with like Luffy. And so that's not why I'm adding in Luffy, but that's definitely something I need to keep in mind, is that, like, ones that have the main Straw Hats in it are going to do better because people on places like Tumblr follow the hashtags of the main characters that they like. Alrighty, there we go. Look at that. It's really filling up. And then, of course, there'll be the two other figures. They'll be on this side, and then more in this area will be Luffy and Kobe. And so I'm going to save that. I'm going to put in my BRB text, do not mind me, and I will return shortly. I'm getting more water. The reason I'm doing BRB text instead of writing it out is because I want it to be shown what I have done. Alrighty, gamers, I've returned. Do not mind me. Alright, there we go. Now I will close and reopen the stream on my phone because it seems that things are a little funky. Hello, hello, hello. Ah, boy. Alrighty, and now gamers, do not mind me. We are going to file, open recent, you. Also, don't mind the flashbang. Thank you. Welcome to the chat room yourself, Twitch. I've been here the whole time, much like Sam Reich. Okay. Color. Valid. Alrighty. Okay. Paint layer 1. Let me get rid of that. This is what we have. These are the colors for the tentacles. For the Squidward tentacles, right? And then I'm going to copy this layer because it's gonna need to be integrated with that layer. No, don't Control C. I meant Control V. You silly bitch. And the silly bitch is me. Let me just... Okay, there we go. And now I will just have to fit everything to size. There we go. Alright, there we are, gamers. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. I'm gonna make the sketch layer that... And as I've said, I decided that I want the ringleader to be sort of a mix of my ringleader idea and Bon, because I don't want to get rid of Bon. I like him. He's nice. I don't want to kill him off. Let me make that invisible real quick, because I just need to get a design down. I actually think that might be what we do today, rather than like starting on an actual final version, is just getting a design down. You know, getting things figured out. Bam. Move to canvas X. Yeah, move to canvas Twitter. Yeah, get that neck. Get the fucking bunny jowls. The iconic bunny jowls. Have the teeth. Have these. That's where that goes. I need to make the nose bigger. There we go. And these dots are just the center of the X's, which are also going to be separate pieces. But unlike the normal design, as you can see with the jester hat, this version is going to have a top hat. That's something I've decided. A big, tall, beaten up top hat. There we go. More buffering. That will now be rectified. I sure hope. Twitch? There we go. And then I do that. And then I believe that. And then... boom, bendy ear. Bendy was a little devil thing. I think that needs to actually be a little bit uneven. There we go. Bendy and the stink machine. Hat brim. Hat brim. Anthem. Hat brim. Anthem. And then I think have the top of the hat, the top of the top hat, if you will, the pinnacle hat. Or maybe the tip hat. No, yes, I would like to save it. and then instead of like a frill more like this, like you can see on this current design, I think it would be a bit better to have more of like a hermit. Yeah, like a Kermit maybe. And maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. Make the brim wider on the hat. The hat brim needs to be wider. Have that for a little bit of comedic effect, maybe? Oh, and of course, the classic mustache. Boom. Isn't it beautiful, Gordon? Alright, and then that big chest that holds so much tentacle. You thought it was gonna hold love? No. Like a big comedic tie or something. Then, collar. Alright. A fun little collar, and don't worry. There we go. It's actually been a while, besides that, like, one sketch I did just on my phone to try and get an idea down in my mind. I haven't really drawn him in a long time. Which is kind of a shame, really. It's Gendy and the ink machine. Oh, I actually got that pretty close. To, like, correct. Man. I'm proud of myself. Big cuff. I know, I should probably do the arm shape now that I mention it. There we go. Now I can do big funny cuff. Shoulder pads. Boom. I don't know, the hip should be something like that. Bap, bap, bap. Right, and this is the base that now we have to work with. Okay, that's too wide. That's still a little too wide. Hmm. I think the bottom part of it is good. But I think it sort of needs to be a little bit more of a pear. You know, a bit more like that. All right. And Bon actually has legs that are like a bit shorter than would be proportional for a human being. But they are thick. They're not scrawny ass legs. There we go. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to actually squash that. Not squash that, but like, you know, shift it down a little bit. Squish that cat. Oh yeah, and I'm also gonna have the like really floppy coattails that also move around. Something like that. Let me use my shit for reference. All right. Big button, big button. I almost don't want a neck frill on him for this design. Or at least have the rainbow tucked, I think, maybe. I don't know. Oh no, we'll decide on that as we go along. It's Gandhi Tarkovsky. And then he'll still have the big clown shoes. There we go. Bam. And all of this, once it's a design, will be colored and textured in such a way that fits in. And also the tentacles will be all around it. But I want to, like, do the design of him, like, what he looks like as a character, not as the suit. Just because, like, I feel like that, I can do this and then work my way back with the tentacles later. You know what I mean? Okay, so the nose piece is also gonna have some squash and it's gonna have drag. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! What? Well, I noticed what? Shit! Fuck! Hold on, hold on. Um. Okay, what am I not noticing? Oh god. Of course! He's missing the massive dip! I get shot. No, I keep thinking about it. That Yakub joke earlier was weird. And like I said, like, I don't know, man. I'm being careful around those because there are people that actually believe it. I brought it up, but now he's gone. Oh, earlier when I was doing one of the Alveda pirates, and I realized that he kind of looked like Herobrine. I started coloring him in for the bit. And then you can see in chat, like in between young Zeph and no, Steve! Like I colored his skin in and his facial hair, and I got the blue t-shirt because funny Herobrine. The thing is, it didn't even make sense because the character looks nothing like Yakub. Like, you probably saw him. This character. Nothing like him. Okay, so that is there. Alright. Alright, that makes some certain level of sense. I'm still worried I actually missed something, by the way. Just will you notice? That is true. That is very true. Hey, the black nationalists are actually saying that we're an alien race and we were created by somebody. How about we own that but make it like a different kind of racist now? No, the collar shouldn't like stick out that much on the inside, I think. I love how fucking goofy this looks. I'm goofy. I'm gonna kill you. Yeah. Yeah, that's how you know it's over. I I remember when white nationalists used to create their own racism. Now they have to steal it from other people. Fucking bastards, get your own racism. And then have that not be even, and have that be a little bit smaller. Maybe I'd like, It looks a little... It looks a little bit silly right now, and that is the point. However, it'll also end up being lineless because it has to match with everything else in the scene. Oh god, I forgot to do mirror. Wop. This actual design is not all that extreme or like out there, all things considered. You know, I will be taking it over. You know, I will be creating my own infection AU, thank you very much. Bajongles infection AU. You need to be plugged in, mister. I plugged somebody back into the Baj of Doom, exactly. But wait, no, I have to correct you on something. Actually, it's SpongeBob SquarePants featuring Nicktoons. Baj of Doom. The Baj of Death and Torment. Make that line much more slight. There we go, just to show that they're fun little shoulder pads. It's a man wearing shoulder pads. Ah, shit. Yeah, no, you're right. Sorry. I've made a simple mistake, and thus I must be flensed. I must be bloodletted. I must be drained dry of all my red fluids. New tabletop system, red fluids. I think it was a good move to get rid of the jester hat for this, because it is going to be fully articulated in detail, which means that I would have had to do all the little jinglies. But now, there are less pieces to have to deal with. Although to compensate for that, yeah, that's probably against TOS. In terms of service, they would kill me for it. I mean, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm making a PNG tuber. I'm gonna change out that emoji for an updated one because I did that design before realizing that I didn't want to replace this fuck. I didn't want to quite shoot him like the big game hunter from fucking Jumanji. Nope, don't go into a help tab. Nope. Happens more times than you'd think. I do, well, yeah, have a crack at it. I'm not gonna stop anybody. Oh, yeah, no, that's right. Well, too bad that his punishment is that he's stuck, living no matter how much damage he takes. That's what happens when you do what he did. Unfortunately, we don't talk about the incident. I'm gonna get rid of those bags, because that just looks better. Like I was saying, to compensate, there's gonna be the mustache. The hands are gonna have, like, different parts that are articulated. These back little things are articulated. I have since, Alright, so here's the deal. I have since changed him enough that he is legally distinct over the course of however long. And also, that video is no longer up. The creator took it down. So who's really the winner? I have outlasted that design. Yeah, you have a point. I just heard me saying I've outlasted the design, and I have the strongest urge to just go, I have outlasted these trials. I have to be careful of like what I download, just because my internet's going through that thing where, like, they're hiking the price up so that you swap plans, and that's just a thing that happens. But, like, it would be nice to just re-download the Outlast Trials. I don't know. That game was fun. Guys, this game... no, Fortnite? Yeah, not right now. What we're doing is we're testing out to see if the price hike is because of activity or because they're just trying to, like, kick us off the plan. And if this month's is still higher than the normal, then we're gonna be swapping internet. So like, I don't know, once that happens, then yes, Fortnite. But until then, unfortunately, I have to be careful with downloads. I actually like that one. I need to... Alright, that's better. The slightest change can turn something from peak to absolute fucking dog shit. The 10 megabits per second is coming for you. Exactly. You know, it's gonna fucking get me. Comcast on their way to say, hey, give us nearly $100 more a month. If you want to download Fortnite, you need to give us $100 more. It's like, I have the space. I have the 4 space right now on my computer. Right, I have the Fortnite space. I am interested in playing. But then it's like the fucking isn't there someone you forgot to ask meme? Where it's like you and me going, I want to play, and then Comcast is like, well, I don't. More like Comcast. Slowly approaches you as I'm laughing harder and harder. I stab you. The blade breaks because it's a fake knife. I got it at the mall, and mall knives are bad. That doesn't stop me from trying to stab you. Well, I should quickly pull out your rubber knife. Oh, sure thing. Ching! It gleams in the sunlight. Alright, so the bottom will be like this, I think, with a little spike and sort of a ring like that. The knife's made of rubber. How did that happen? It was made that way. Okay, that's a little too long. I want my Bajongle staff the long way. That's about a good size, I think. You know that sound you've been looking for? Well, listen to this. I think the staff won't have the updated head. It'll be the one with the jesters. Because the mask is when he's not wearing a suit. So that he has a face to talk through. That's sort of the thing, is that he has eyes and like tentacles but no mouth, and sort of has to use like masks and suits and shit and like play characters to actually say something. He has no mouth, and yet he must say bullshit. Yeah, no mouth must yap. And so, like, the idea is that he's giving himself a mouth. What games do I have downloaded? Let me see. Steam. Open you up. Library. Let's see. Right now I have Blasphemous. I have Buckshot Roulette because I haven't undownloaded that. I have Castle Crashers. I have Deep Rock. Let's see. I have some single player games. Portal 2. I have Darktide downloaded right now. By some single player, I meant like two single player games. It was a Christmas thing. Yeah, Darktide. Alright, there we go. Getting that back there so that I can have the ears. Something's wrong about that shape. The shape is wrong. Let me look at myself for reference. Canvas size. Okay. There's a bit more of I'm forgetting the dangly part at the bottom of the ear, but whatever that is. The ear dongle. There's a little bit more of that. Badangles. Alright, there we go, and then whap. Should I probably look at how a rabbit's ear actually looks? Yes, because that rabbit ear drawing reference was posted to, not to anywhere, to just the friend server TM. Literally the other day, I could just go look at that. But will I? No. Okay, again, scaling to canvas, which is 1080. Okay. This feels like fucking looking at yourself in the mirror just to see what you look like. There we go, and then add that little knob. Just add that little penis. That little knob. I'd erase that, just so that there's an ear in front and an ear behind. There we go. A little bit too long. Yeah, that's right. That's what was said about my penis. It was too long and awesome, and not too short at all. Thank you, 3 p.m. lot. I got that buffer throughout all of that. That was the worst sound known to man. Just thank you, 3. That fucking sucked. I'm turning from suck to blow. Thank you, not the Nightbot. Okay, make the nose bigger. Over the course of this design, the noses just kept getting bigger and goofier. It just, the clown nose is the iconic part of the clown. That's where the soul is. Bam. There we go. No, that'll just make it a little bit more messy. You want 50, which means you should be like 75, and then bam. Move the canvas X. Okay, there we go. Now I just got that color. That is good. And then back to this brush. There we go. And then erase the parts that are covering the nose because they are behind the nose. The nose knows. That's there. That is what they say. Let's make that a bit larger, but not too much. And no, actually. Alright, there's the nose. Here's the funny jowls. Which will be fully drawn and modeled. Or not modeled, fully drawn and rigged. And then on top of that, the mustache will also be drawn and rigged. And this is where the complexities of trying to do a more complicated PNG tuber model really starts to show themselves. Yeah. You're right. I should stop being selfish and pay $2,000. Yeah. Yeah, if you really think about it, you're the one being selfish. Comcast is starving. If you're cold, they're cold. Let them inside. Ah. Yeah, it was definitely more than 55 extra. Like, I was exaggerating a little bit because, like, yes, $75 more last month is more than 55 and is technically more, like, almost $100. Yeah, that's right. I make an apology video. I get out the ukulele. I'm sorry, I lied about a number. Next time I'll tell the truth and say that I had to pay 1 bajillion more money. The same way a C is almost an A+. You get it. You see, we're gonna charge you more money on a curve. Oh, thank you, Buffer. I was trying to see what was going on and you wouldn't let me. Very cool. And then it happens again. Oh, there we go. Now it's only like a minute of delay. Yeah, 33% margin of error. And you get me, you get me. We enjoy margins of error in this house. Get rid of that. But also I need to make sure to get that back on later. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Next month, like somebody's knocking knocking on my door. I open it up, they have a lead pipe. I close the door again. I'm actually gonna undo that, and then I'm going to finish the hat. Today is the day we finally killed the Cat in the Hat. Alrighty. Then I will save this. And then I think I'm gonna call it for the stream today. I definitely made some good progress on designs and shit and some fan art. And so, it's ending read time. I've been Bajongles. You can find me over here on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, noon Pacific Standard Time. I'd much appreciate a follow. Has a monopoly in our area will definitely not affect your streaming career. Kalukale! Capital all day. That's very true. Yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Massive tears down my cheeks, big cartoony Ghibli ass tears. It's fine. You can find me over here on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, noon Pacific Standard Time. I'd much appreciate a follow. Speaking of follow, you can follow me over on Bluesky and Tumblr at BigBoyArt1, username Bajongles. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hi YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. And I will be back on Thursday to do more clown game concept art. And then on Sunday to probably do more Blasphemous, depending on how plans shake out. And so with that, I will catch you all on the flip-flop. Bye-bye.